a lot of examples that I think Graham sent. So
Okay.
some of it covers time value, some of it covers, but it covers basically those four topics.
Okay then, no problem. That would be us.
So I'm gonna give it another minute or two for the other guys to join. But
Mm.
when we can start, I'm already recording, so at least I don't forget to record the
Good this time
beginning
around.
part.
Yes.
So I'm
Okay.
prepared. I'm
Okay, no
prepared for
problem.
load shedding.
You always have to be one step ahead of luxury.
Yeah, it's it it makes you think on your feet as you as you do stuff because sure, one is quickly thrown off and yeah.
Yes. Yes. Okay, I get you.
Okay.
And then for the one
Yes.
for Saturday, what will you be focusing on?
So Saturday will be a quick regroup on simple compound interest, but then we will go into annuities and amortization. So
Okay, and
basically, yes.
for that, you do need the financial calculator, or is there another way to do it without a financial calculator?
So
I just have to ask.
so the easiest is financial calculator. Um,
Mm?
but if you don't have one, I'm also going to show today also how to do some of it in Excel. Um,
Okay,
and I will do that on Saturday as well. It's
okay.
one of those things. I know financial calculators, it's very expensive.
Yes, it
Uh,
is actually.
so I'm always keen to give other ways for students to use other methods that's cheaper and also give you the same answer. So I'm also checking because your your assessments, do they, it's online, but it's not that they use any tools to watch you or anything like that.
No, they do. The webcam is always on.
Oh, is the webcam always on?
Yes,
My
so they do it
word.
like that. So
Be-
the
be-
webcam is always on.
because okay, so then you're probably not allowed to use your cell phone
I think
because
so, but then sometimes your calculator is on your cell phone, and then they say it's open book.
precisely. Oh, but then it's fine. If it's open book, it's fine because I'm also checking which calculators are available in the app and the Android stores because sometimes it's for free to sometimes download it. Um,
Yes.
so I am going to check a bit in all the phone stores of iPhone and Android and just check if there isn't anything there that one can download for free as well. Um, because yes, it is easier to use your financial calculator, but there is ways to use Excel as well. So I'm going to show you a few of them in Excel tonight as well. So don't be too worried that you always need a financial calculator.
Okay, then no problem.
Okay, so let's start. The other guys can listen to the recording. I'm just for anybody else that will maybe see this online. There is a WhatsApp group to join. There's other emails addresses that you can also use to contact me. So anybody else that's watching it online later on, there's other ways to connect with me as well. Okay, so basically tonight we're going through a few exercises, so examples topic 4, mathematics of finance, and it will be a mixture. So there's no flow in this, nearly as to say the first few is on simple interest, then on something else. I think it's also to prepare again for the assessments that, or the assignments that not always in flow of topics, so that one can just see if things how it works and not. Okay, so the first question, they give us information around, and let's get to a nice color here. Okay, Graham is also joining. Graham, we've just started, so you haven't missed anything. We're basically starting with one of the examples that you posted on the group. Okay, so the first one that we're looking at is you there's an amount that they give you. It is invested, so that amount. What I normally do, I just write for me. So if I'm going to use a financial calculator, normally it will be present value that is somewhere on the calculator. If I'm not using it, it's also fine. It's just for me to note for myself that that's going to be the present value. They tell us it's in an account paying 11.5% interest. So I know that is my interest rate. And it can be different signage on your calculators. If you have a calculator, it could be interest rate per year, compounded semi-annually. Now that normally is the catch. So semi-annually, but means you're going to do it twice a year. So that is just important. And at the time of withdrawal, the amount of interest earned is 633.75. Okay, so the first thing, so then they ask us the number of years that the money was invested. Okay, so in the end, you need to calculate N. But the one thing that you still have missing in this is what is your future value. So they tell us what your present value was, and they tell us what your interest was. So if you add those two together, you will get your future value. Okay, so if you add those two together, this was, I once again don't understand why this is happening. I'm actually connected to a different screen tonight, so it's not even the screen. I wonder what it is. Okay, but there, so that will be then your future value. It would be the 1965 plus 633.75. So, and that gives you 2598.75. Okay, so you then have all the information to put it in a financial calculator. You could have used the formula as well. So let me just, what is this interest formula? Why do I not have it now? It's just want to make sure that I'm using it correctly. It's normally the future value is equal to the present value. That's your interest, so that would have been divided by 2 to the power of n. So you could have basically, without your financial calculator, you could have substituted those numbers to get to N. You can use your financial calculator to say, well, I've got a present value, I've got a future value, I've got the interest rate, I've got a time period of twice per year, and you will be able to calculate N. What I also did is, and I want to see if I can just make it a bit bigger. Is I did it on Excel. Can you guys see the Excel spreadsheet?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. So all that I did is I've now hidden this, so let me just make it color that you can see. So all that I did, there is a function in Excel that says you must put in the rate. So I put in the rate because that was interest rate divided by 2 because of the twice per year. There is no payment per month. So that stays 0. The present value is when 1965, and then the future value is the 2598 that and then it tells us that N is equal to 5. Okay, so but there is a catch in this. So if you look at it, 5 would have been one of your answers. But they ask us the number of years that the money was invested. Remember, it happens twice a year. So that is actually should not be, it should be divided by 2. So I just made a mistake in that one because we're asking years. So it was for 5 periods. 5 periods is equal to 2.5 years. So let me just go back to that question again. They say at the time of withdrawal, the amount was in. Let me, there it was set again with semi-annually. The semi-annual means twice a year. So we must just remember that then the number of ends that you have is how many times it happened. It happened 5 times. So it's 5 half years. So 5 half years is actually 2.5 years. So it will be that first one. I originally wanted to multiply by 2 but it's when you're actually creating much more. So yeah, your answer is then 2.5 years. If I ask you how many periods, then it would have been 5. But because each period is a half year, that is, don't worry for being late. It is also being recorded. So, and we're only at the first one at the moment. Graham, when you, this was from a previous paper. So what was the answers that they actually gave you, or didn't they give you guys answers or memos with some of the previous assignments?
So they haven't been giving us the answers of our script. That is the fight that we've been having this whole semester. We've been doing the stuff online, and then once it's closed, we get our results, and we don't know where we went wrong. So now, with assessment 7, which was these ones, we can view the assessments, we can see what we got wrong, but they don't give you the correct answer. As in previous, like last year, with the BNU and those things, they would give you the correct answer.
Yes, because
So
it's
they
the
just,
same. It's the same with DSC and stats as well. That
yeah,
they give you the answer afterwards.
I don't know what's up with these lecturers for QMI this year because they're just not coming to the party.
Okay, but
Assessment 7 was the first one now that actually have us review our assessments.
okay,
But
but
I checked, you could see like the previous assessments. Well, we can't view those because I thought if I can go through that, then I would
yes,
set up because I'm sure they'll take questions out of those other assignments. So that's
that's
assignment.
see, that's probably why they don't share it yet.
Yeah, but
Which
how are
is
we going to know what's going wrong?
no, precisely, which is also not cool because you won't know where you went wrong. So that's not great. Let me, even if I get via the Cape Town TUT guys access to the lecture, let me see what we can do for even for the next, because there's still, I think, 2 big assignments that you need to do after this one in any case, eh? I think there's still a few big ones. So let me, because yeah, it's not, it should assist you. It should not be something that penalizes you in the end.
Yeah, because at least we can get all our transcripts that is
Yeah,
marked, see where we went wrong, what is the correct answers. Then I'm sure we'll be set up for this for the last
yeah,
assessment.
yeah. No, let me see
Everything.
uh, what I can do. I'll ask some of the guys at the Cape Town side just to see what we can assist with. Okay, so that was the first one. Also a bit weird. Um, I will share the Excel with you, and I'll also just make sure. So I mentioned slide free so that you know it is slide free, this one, because some of them I didn't go to Excel because like this one, you actually need to work with a formula. Um, so let me just see if I can get that formula a bit bigger. Okay, so the formula is that you can work out the discount by saying what your value is times the discount percentage times n. Again, they want you to work out what n is. So this seems like it was asked in a lot of these ones that you actually need to work out n. Okay, so let's look at it. So in the end, you want to work out n. So how I would do it originally is to say, okay, but I isolate n, and then on the other side, I've got d divided by s times the small d. Okay, so let's work with that. The discount, they tell us if a discount amount is 10% of an investment. So you know that then to work out the discount amount is to say 10% times 8360. So your discount amount is 836. And you divide that by your original 8360. Okay, wait. Yes. So they said it was that, and then they said your discount rate is 5%. Okay, so then you basically have 836 divided by 8365 times 0.05. Quickly see what that comes to. Okay, so my answer is 2. Okay, so now you must tell me again, what is that 2? Okay, so that 2 is, remember, n is always in the formula is seen as per year. So we're actually sitting here with 2 years. They want it in months, so we need to times by 12 to get the months, which is then 24, which will give us option B. So I think, again, what is important here, you have a 2, but very easily one can say, well, my answer is 2, I go for the 2. But remember, we're working here again with n is in years. So we need to say, okay, 2 years is how many months? It is 24 months. Okay. So again, just we definitely want to catch you out. It's this is really what we're doing, try to do here, is to catch you out. So there's not even a question around that. Otherwise, they wouldn't have given you 2. So you can definitely see that they want to trick you in this one. And so just remember, we need to give it in the number of months. So question is very straightforward, but to get to the answer, there is a trick in it. Again, one would have easily gone through, say it's 2, because you had to click it and you think it's right, but then there is a catch in it. Okay, let's go to the next one that's very similar. So let me also just, okay, so again, let's draw, let's see what we need to do. Okay, so Dingaga received 12,650 Rand when taking out a loan with an annual simple discount rate of 12.5. The loan has to be paid in 8 months' time. The amount that he has to repay is. Okay, so the discount is original amount. We know what the discount rate is 12.5%. And we know what the period is. It's 8 months, so 8 divided by 12. So the discount that we're working out is 12650 times 0.125 times 8 divided by 12. So the discount that we're working out is 1054.17. Interesting, sometimes they like to give that answer as one of the options. Luckily not. And then you need to say, well, the 12 minus the 6 12,650 minus 1054.17. Remember the important thing, it's discount, so your amount will be lower than the amount that they've given you. So you will not pay more, so you can automatically cancel out the two 13,000 because it needs to be less than 12,600. So again, that is nearly a tip for you. If you get something in the next one, you can nearly already eliminate some of the options, even without looking or working out anything. You could have already said, okay, well, I'm working with a discount. It is going to be less. Because it's less, it can't be those two. So it's only one of the other two that's left. Okay, and then for this one, it would have been option one. Okay, so again, something different. They give you the one value. You need to work out the discount, and then you need to subtract it from that discount to see what was paid. Okay, so are you guys happy thus far with the three questions? Okay, cool. Then perfect. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, this looks like a interesting one. Okay, Zelda borrowed from a bank for 21 months. For the discount loan, she only received that. Determine the yearly discount rate. Okay, so let's just see if I can copy that over. Okay, so and again, this is just me looking at this, so let me give you simple tips nearly. So if I look at this, and I might now even be wrong, but I would have looked at it and say, okay, they give us two options, or that we need to work out what the discount rate is, and then what your equivalent percentage is, or your yearly simple interest. So if I look at this, I would have been like, if you work out this first one, if it is 12, you know exactly the answer. Then you don't even need to work out the next one. So in this instance, I'm like, probably my answer is going to be 10 that I work out. Then I look at the others that they give me, and then I'm like, where's a 12? So I would have, before I even have started, I would have said D is probably the one that I'm going for. Just if I analyze and look at the options. So it's not that I've worked out anything, but I'm like, there's two that are the same. So if I'm just thinking of how I would have worked out the process, I would work out first the discount. So it would give me two options, and then I need to work out the interest rate. Because they're giving me an interest rate there and there that's similar, I would have probably gone with option D. So if you've time limited and you need to maybe guess at a point, I would have nearly done that process. But let's see what we actually work out. So to work out the discount rate D, we need to see what things they have given us. So for the discount loan, she only received 4752. Okay, so we know then what the discount amount will be, because it's the two subtracted. So D would have been 5760 minus 4752. So 5760 minus 4752. So we're working with 1008. And that is equal to your start, your 5760 times D that we need to work out, times N, and N is 21 months. So I need to, it will be 21 over 12. Okay, so D would basically be 1008 divided by 5760 times 21 over 12. Okay, so let's see if that then gives me the answer of 10. Sure, it doesn't look like it, but let's hope. Okay, so it actually does. So it will give you 1008 divided by 1008. So if you then cancel, so if you divide that by that, you will get 10%, or 0.10, which will then give you your 10%. So at least we know now it is or that one with the 10%. Let me also just check again what's the formula to convert that now into a simple interest. I don't know if any of you have it with you. Let's just check to convert the simple discount into simple interest. I know I had it somewhere. If anybody sees the formula somewhere on those pages, now I did it somewhere. Let me just quickly see. Oh, and why am I not getting it now?
Are you looking for the formula for simple interest?
I'm looking for the formula to, when I get the discount interest, to change it into a simple interest. And I know I saw it somewhere in the study guide, but now I can't find it. Okay, I will check for you guys. It's a simple one, so I'm like, why don't I now see it? Well, probably because the power
It,
is also off.
Is it the one that says I is equal to PRT?
See, I is equal to, see, that's the simple interest one. Let's see if we have, see, there's another one that you use to convert the one into the other one. I will check. I'll just check tonight. I have it. I've written it down somewhere. I just now can't find it. So let me just look for it. I'm not gonna stall our process now to, but your
Also,
yeah.
P equals S times bracket 1 minus DN close bracket. Not that one.
Yes, that one.
Because I know I used that one quite a bit in the previous assessment.
Okay. Okay, so no, it's definitely gonna be that one. So give me that. Let me just give me that formula again, please.
P equals to S multiply open brackets 1 minus DN close bracket. Small d.
Okay, wait. No, that still gives you the discount one. Okay, there's another one. So it's not that one still because I need to get to interest. There's another one. I will get it for you guys. So, and I'll take a photo of it and put it on our chat. I personally, I would have gone for option D in any case. And again, why I would go for option D. So again, nearly tips for you. So my discount rate is 10. So my interest rate must be higher than my discount rate. Okay, so when you look at the other option where I could have gone, the interest rate is very small. So your interest rate is always bigger than your discount rate when you work with this, or when you need to use the discount rate to put it into an interest rate. So, but I'll have it. I have it somewhere. I just need to rewrite it for you guys. I'll send it on the group. Okay, let's go to the next one. And let's see what they give us here. So timelines that they give us. So the bank offers at an annual rate of 7.5% compounded monthly. A customer deposits 1,600 at the end of Jan, 1,200 at the end of May, and 2,100 at the end of October of a year. This is represented by the following timeline. The amount he would have in his account on the 1st of December of that year, rounded to the nearest 10 cents. Okay, so basically what we would do here is have pre-calculations that you will then add up. So you will have this one. So you would have 1,600 that you will, so you can use all your calculators. So let's quickly see if we can do it in Excel, just as, but I will need to work out future value. So let me just start. Okay, why didn't it now do that? Okay, future value. So we're gonna need to put in your interest rate. We're gonna put in the period, payment, and present value if needed. Okay, so let me, so we have three prepayments that we need to make. So I'm just putting in, okay, the interest rate, the period, PMT will be 0 in any case, the present value, and then the future value. And if I add those three values, that should be my answer. So let's hope we can get that. Let's do one more thing. Let's put this in here for you as well. So when we get to this, okay, so the interest rate they tell us is 7.5%. Okay, compounded monthly. So let's do that. Divide by 2. Divide by 12. Okay, then the first one of 1,600. So how many? It's at the end of Jan. So we have Feb, March, April, May, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So to the 1st of December. Okay, so we have so it feels like 10 months for that one. Please just check if you get the same. Then for May, it's June, July, August, September, October, November. So that's 6 months. And then it's October, November, basically 1 month. Can that be? And let's see, future value is right. We've got that. There isn't a payment. We've got the present value. Is there even an answer? 5061, 5061. Ah, there it is, 5061. Sure. Okay, so I will share the Excel with you as well. So there is the answer. So what I did, so if you then, I just want to round it off. Then you will, well, that's close enough. But you need to make free calculations. So you could have on your calculator said, okay, that first one, I need to work out with the compound formula. So you could have used this to work out. So you would have had, like I actually now did, you would have had three of these formulas that you used. Then you would need to add all of them at the end together to get to your final null final answer. You can use your financial calculator because you have, like in the Excel, you have a present value, you have a period, you've got a rate, you can calculate the future value, or you can then use Excel to work it out as well, because Excel have all your financial calculators. Okay, and I think that's why I said at the start, Zandile, I think it might be just some practice to get used to some of these formulas in Excel, but sometimes you don't then need to buy the expensive financial calculator, because it is available in Excel. The one thing with Excel is you just need to know that, so in this one, there was the right one that you needed to calculate in this, or need to remember. So if you ever need to work out present value, there is also then a present value function that also asks you everything. I think that is just the important thing, is to nearly remember that it's not like a calculator that now has built it into it. You still need to go and look for the formula that you need to use. Okay, let's look at the next one. Let's see how much we can still get done in the next 13 minutes. Okay, this one looks like simple interest, so I'm going to move, or we haven't done a simple interest, so let's do that. Okay, this is interesting. So an amount of 8,000 is invested at the beginning of a year at a certain simple rate of interest. After 8 months, another amount of 1,000 is invested into a second account at a simple interest rate, twice the former. At the end of a year, 903 Rand is earned as simple interest for both investments. What is the original simple interest rate? Okay, so let me just see again, what is your simple interest formula? So they in the end give you, so your simple interest formula is the interest is equal to the principal times I times N. Okay, so the first one that we look at, this amount of 8,000. Invested at the beginning of the year at a certain simple interest rate. Okay, so we don't know what that I is. And that's beginning of the year, so that's 1. Let's just put that as 1. After 8 months, another amount of, so after 8 months, he invests another amount. In a second account at a simple interest rate, twice the former. Okay, so 2 times I, so still we don't know what I is, but it's 2 times I. At the end of a year, so if he, after 8 months have it, then there's only 4 months left of the year to get that interest. Okay, and that total must then be equal to 903. I think it's good that we do this one because it's a bit different than any of the others. So 8,000 times I times 1, so that will be 8,000 I. This is going to be a weird. It's the first time I'm seeing something like this. So let's see. 1164 times 2 times 4 divided by 12. 776. I just want to check if I actually multiply it by 2. Okay, and that is equal to 903. Okay, so 8776I is equal to 903. So I will be equal to 903 divided by 8. Stop it. 8776. Let's see if there's anything that 8776 10,29. Okay, sure. Okay, there is option A. Phew. Okay. Graham, I can understand why you have sent these ones. Not your ordinary kind of questions. Sure. Okay, so here what you should have just done, or what I've done, is just put it into an equation that one can nearly find a solution to it. But again, important to start with the original interest formula. So you could see that I've seen that they give me the interest. That's why I nearly had in my mind, okay, I have that I need to get to the I. They give me the other stuff, but I need to get to the I. And then put that into a formula for you to get to the final answer. Okay. Questions on this one? It seems straightforward, and I think that is when one look at the work as well, I looked at it and I'm like, simple interest feels very easy, but when you get a question like this, which totally throws you. So let's, out of the last 3, let's just see. We probably will be able to do one more, so let's just see which one. Okay, so let's do this one. This is quite also an interesting one. So what we don't cover today, I will in any case include in our session on Saturday. And on Saturday, we'll do a recap on simple and compound interest. And then we'll look at annuities and amortization as well. So we will, and time value of money. So we will just nearly continue with this on Saturday, but then it feels like we are on track with QMI, at least in line with what your further assessments will be. But we can still have sessions in the week as well, so don't worry about that. Okay, so let's look at the NWABU estimates that you will need 10,500 10 months from now. So let's just write 10 months from now, he thinks he will need 10,500. He invests 8,000. for this purpose 3 months ago. I assume that was he invested 8,000 for this purpose 3 months ago at 11% interest per annum. The amount that Labo will still be short is equal to. Okay, so how I would have done it, I hope this is even correct. I would just have said, okay, simple interest rate. Then I would have said, okay, but he says he estimates that from today you will need it, which is 10 months, but he invested that 3 months ago. So that is 13 divided by 12. So that is how I would have worked it out. Or so that would have been your interest that you would have earned. And then we can just add it to the 8,000 and then see if we are short. So 8,000 times 11.5% times 13 divided by 12. So that gives me 996.67. So I need to add that then back to the 8,000. So that will give me 899.667. So I say 10,500 minus the, to see how many or how much I am short. I don't again know why it disappears on me like this. So then my final answer would have been 1,503 rand and 53 cents. Again, it would have been nice to know if we are right, but at least we're getting an answer. So again, feels easy, but one needs to know nearly where to go from this. So you need to know that you need to go back 3 months where you then invested the 8,000. It's actually then invested for 13 months. And then you work out what the interest is, you add it to your original 8,000, and then see how much you will be short. Okay, did that assist at least? Is it making a bit more sense than a week ago?
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay. Okay, so I will just look for that simple discount, transposing that into the simple interest rate. I'll look at that tonight and I'll send it to you guys. And then I will also share the video. I'm gonna download it now and then put it onto our group as well. So I'll share the video with you as well. Okay. So good luck for the assessment of the assignment that you need to hand in tomorrow. And then I'll see you guys on Saturday. Please, if you don't, by Friday, get an email of a class. Let me know. It seems like there were big issues on sending out emails with a previous one that you missed. So please let me know by, say, Friday afternoon if you haven't received anything, but I can just let them know because there is class on Saturday. So then I will send you the link in any case on the group, but there's definitely class on Saturday. Okay, have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks.
You too. Bye.
Cool. Thanks. Bye, everyone.